Bienvenidos al lado blue de la vida, cuando la academia decide tu vida.
Bienvenidos al lado blue de la vida, el podcast donde la vida académica y el drama existencial se encuentran para ayudarte a tomar decisiones importantes sobre tu futuro. Aquí mezclamos datos importantes, experiencias y verdades incómodas, con un poquito de acento académico.
Bueno, y yo soy Carlos, que la persona que por estar buscando vivir la vida de Friends terminó viviendo la vida de Survivor, sin antes mirar cuánto valía un arriendo en Nueva York.
Y para hablar de esto, hoy nos acompaña Blake, el representante de Queens College, una de las instituciones más importantes en Nueva York. Tienen un campus diverso, académico y con un equilibrio entre el rigor universitario y la energía de una de las ciudades más vibrantes del mundo.
Bueno, pues Queens no es solo eso, además Queens College está en el centro más diverso del mundo, creería yo, donde puedes desayunar arepas, almorzar ramen y tener comida asiática. Pero además quería hacer una pregunta diferente. Is like this feeling in New York? Is like Sex and the City or?
That's a great question. New York City, it's such a lively place, you know, for students and people visiting. Like there's so many things to do, whether you go to coffee shops, whether you go to concerts, you know, you go to the Metropolitan Museum of Arts. It's truly like a way of life and so many things to do for students.
And the survival side?
The survivor side. So students, it definitely, you know, they feel that energy when they're in this city. It's kind of like a new way of life when they are there too. Again, they really get to meet people from all over the world. And I say, when you're there, it's like a home away from home. You really feel that atmosphere and environment, especially culturally as well too.
Okay, I understand we're doing in Spanish, pedacitos en español, pedacitos en inglés. Solo empezamos con nuestro primer bloque. Andrea, Blake, welcome to the first block. Facts beat myths. Los datos borran el mito. So let's start with a myth. I think this reserve a reality check. Study in New York is only for millionaires or people with double names?
That's a good kind of perception that people have too. And I say studying in New York, it can be an affordable option for students too. Our school, Queens College at the City University of New York, we're known for our affordable tuition fees for students. So tuition's even around $19,000 per year. So they're getting a great education, but they're not breaking the bank at all either. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that's the key. It's not how much it costs, it's how you plan it.
Exactly.
New York has a massive ecosystem of opportunities. You can study, you can work, you can meet people and connect people from all around the world, as you say.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when people are there, again, you make so many connections in New York City. New York City actually has more businesses than any other city in the entire United States. And so when you're a student there, if you're looking for things like internships or job opportunities after graduation, it's a true melting pot where they can find those opportunities that's available for them throughout that.
Okay, that's amazing. It's something, another view from New York.
Yeah.
So let's move to myth number 2. Is no time life in New York? It's everyone chasing the subway, or it's a chance to have like a compensation in life?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I always say, one, the subway system is very convenient for students. It's easy to catch it.
Okay.
If you miss it for any reason, there's always one that constantly runs right after it. It runs literally every 3 minutes. So it's very easy to find your way around. But again, it's a great pace for students, and it's a good environment for them when they're there too. Again, the culture that you feel in the environments, especially when you're kind of going around all the different boroughs, the 5 areas of New York City, they really feel at home, and each one is culturally so different. So they get a very unique experience through that. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, I love that, because when you study abroad, you not only go to study and grow academically, but also personally.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so it becomes part of your curriculum.
It does. It's built into that. You know, I tell students all the time, you know, when you're studying there, obviously, you know, focus is your education, is those kind of studies that you were partaking in. But when you get to experience so many things in a city like New York City, where they say the city never sleeps, there's always something to do. It is like a way of life. And I will say it's not something you experience all across the world.
Okay, well, let's throw one more myth.
Yeah.
It's impossible to find community in New York. Well, what would you say about that?
Community is so important, and it's a great place when it comes to that. New York City, the Queens area of New York City specifically, is the most diverse place on the entire planet. I promise I'm not making that up. If you Google right now, that's a true statistic. We have communities from Colombia, communities from India, China, all over the world. And so students who are studying there, they're literally going to meet people from all across the globe, and they'll find their own communities within that as well too. And they're going to be making friends from all over the world as well.
That was a nice motorcycle.
It came right at the end right there too. So do we need to repeat that question just for the sound? Probably. Okay. Yeah.
So let's throw one more myth.
Yeah.
What would you say about that? It's impossible to find a community in New York.
So I'll say it is probably, to be honest, one of the easiest things to find a community in New York City. And the reason for that is New York City is the most diverse place on the entire planet, specifically the Queens part of New York City, which is where our school is. We have communities from all over the world. We have a very...
Let's move to block number 2.
Okay.
Facts that actually matter. Este es el bloque número 2. Datos que de verdad importan. Let's talk about real data, Blake. The kind of data that actually you don't see on brochures or materials or portfolios. How much is a coffee on the campus? Or can we find arepas, empanadas?
Absolutely. Yeah. So in terms of coffee, we have many coffee shops both on campus and right outside. A typical coffee will probably cost $3 for a cup of coffee. So pretty reasonable as well too within that. And when it comes to food, Queens is amazing when it comes to food. In the New York City area, you can find arepas, empanadas, all sorts of wonderful cuisines, dumplings as well too, many different foods. Queens is known to be one of the food havens of the United States as a whole too, so you can't go wrong with it.
Perfect. Well, and beyond food, what makes Queens College stand out from other universities?
Yeah, what really makes us stand out is, one, our academic excellence. And to put that in perspective, in the United States, there are over 4,600 universities, more than any country in the world. Queens College this year, according to the Wall Street Journal, was ranked as number 8 for best value school in the entire United States.
Oh, wow.
Out of 4,600 schools. So we try to combine that academic excellence, but making sure students get a return on investment. But lastly, we're known to be a very diverse campus and community. So we have students from over 151 different countries all around the world. And about half of our student body was actually born within another country.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And it's very attractive to study in Queens. But let's talk about return of investment. Is it well connected to an industry?
It is. We've actually had students that have gone on to work with companies like NASA, Google, Microsoft, even KPMG as well too. So we have a lot of industry connections within our area. But also, we invite over 100 companies every single year to our campus to do a job fair. So that way students can meet with them to maybe get like an internship opportunity or a job after graduation as well. So yes, those companies, we really try to shine with students.
Wow, so you're not just studying, but connecting with industries around the world.
Exactly, yeah. It's vitally important for students because you want to make sure that your school can help provide a great education, but set you up for your future as well. Yeah.
Wow.
That's very huge offer. I believe this to jobs and diversity. Can we explain to the people, is that real? I mean, being a Latino, Latina, how that works for them?
It is very real. To give you an example, we have some students on campus, one student who is actually doing an internship right now with an organization in Manhattan where they're getting some real world experience, and they're actually working with someone within a seat of or I should say the state of New York, Manhattan. So they're able to get that real world experience where they can kind of prepare for their jobs in the future. So it's really bridging your culture with the world. And so they get those experiences.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And it's an advantage that you know Spanish and English as well.
It is. When you're bilingual, it is immensely helpful through that as well too, because one, you're well diverse in not only the language you speak, but culturally that helps quite a bit too. You know, when you think about Estados Unidos, so the United States, Spanish is growing, obviously, when it comes to speaking within that too. And a lot of organizations seek out Spanish speakers specifically within that too, who can not only help with translation, but really help kind of bridge that cultural gap. So if you're bilingual, speak Spanish and English, it's hugely important and helpful.
Exactly.
Okay, that's an advantage. Always I the Spanish, not just language, but the culture.
Yep.
Dancing a bit of salsa.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you can mix some of those kind of cultural things too, like sports, you know, dancing, you have those in New York City as well too. I do want to mention as you know, for both of you guys, that the World Cup is going to be held in North America next year. So for students who want to come study, obviously, hopefully Colombia does amazing at the World Cup. I personally hope Colombia and the US will beat each other as well. But the final will be in New York City. Yeah, you can see some of those things.
It was the final. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, going a bit deeper, on the real life, in the day to day, how you see for an international student?
Yeah.
How do you describe, how do you explain a normal day for a student?
Yeah, that's a great question. For a normal day for students, so it'll typically be you wake up in the morning and obviously you get you a quick breakfast. If you're living on campus, you'll probably go to our on-campus dining hall to grab something to eat. Amazing food that's located there. And then you'll go to class. So you'll probably have class. It depends on the schedule, but around 9 a.m. And then you'll have that. And then afterwards, you'll meet up with some of your friends. Students might go to the library to kind of study, get some studies in. And then they might go for lunch right outside campus, have some coffee as well too through the day. And then a lot of students also work on campus. They have on-campus jobs. So a student may then in the afternoon come to do some working hours where they typically would be paid also as well too to get some of the on-campus work. And then in the evenings, this is maybe when they're brushing up on some of their studies too, or they may do some activities to have fun, like go play some sports, basketball, football within our facilities on campus. So that's probably what a normal day might look like for a student.
Wow. And let's talk about support for students. Like sometimes they worry, or the parents worry about accommodation and mental health. What Queen College does to help the students?
Yeah, we have amazing support services for students. We really try to make sure that each and every student is taken care of and provided all the resources they need. So we have an international office called ISS, as well as our GSSP office, or Global Student Success Program. And we help each and every student with anything they may need when it comes to class arrangements, when it comes to helping them find on-campus job opportunities, when it comes to advising, even peer mentorship for students who want to kind of get some peer mentorship from another student to try to help learn in an academic area. And mental health, as you brought up, vitally important. And so we have a health center on our campus that helps students if you are dealing with any mental health issues or you need support in that area. If you're sick, they can help on that too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Community care, I like that.
Yes, it's important, absolutely.
Empezar el bloque número 3, que es el impacto en la vida real. Okay, Blake, beyond like the rankings, the tuition, the diploma, what really changed for students' life when go to study at Queen's College?
For students specifically, one thing that really changed for them is, one, their adaptability. They learn to adapt to new environments, a new culture within that too. And that also helps out from a global mindset. You know, when you can study in another country and get that experience, especially in a place like New York City, it really helps expand your horizons. And especially when you work in another organization, when you oftentimes will interact with people from other countries and cultures. So a lot of students who study abroad have an added advantage whenever they go into the job force because they have some of that experience as well too. But probably most importantly, to be honest with the both of you, is confidence. Students really develop such a strong sense of confidence I can't tell you how many students I've met when they first come, shy, a bit reserved, a bit nervous, and that's normal. That's perfectly normal. But when they get there and after finding their footing and they're within their studies, they develop this sense of not only pride, but confidence in what they do, both in their academics, in their social life, and in their future as well.
Okay, so they get graduated as well in the ability to move on a big city, you know, the streets, the subway, the type of food.
Yeah.
I believe becomes important.
It does. It's vitally important to that too. And there's many students who become so comfortable when they're there in New York City, even a big city like New York, where after a year or so, they find their way around so quickly. Sometimes I think they know their way around New York City better than me. They get that comfortable with it through that too. And they practically are like New Yorkers themselves. And so that's really cool to see through that. So they really grow as a person and within just their confidence overall. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a story of a student that changed his life that probably you remember very well?
I do. Specifically, there's one student who comes to my mind. And so this student actually, this happens probably about a year ago. And so this student, when they came to study with us, were very nervous. It was their first time leaving their country. They'd never been out of their country before through that too. New culture. They know English, but it's not their native language being spoken. And this student, when he got there, was a bit nervous, a bit shy. That's understanding. He's trying to meet people. And we let him know, if you need anything at all, just, reach out to us. We're happy to help in every step of the way. Probably the second night that this student was there, I got a phone call at 11 o'clock at night from this student. I'm at my home. I'm kind of in a panic because I'm like, 11 o'clock at night, what's going on? Like, usually that's like an emergency, right? And so picked up the phone and he said, Mr. Blake. And I was like, what's wrong? And he said he didn't know how to turn his TV on through that too. Had the remote. And so I realized, even things that may seem simple for many people may be different based on where you come from, based on the technology, based on, just the environment. And so I kind of walked him through, with his remote and kind of helping him through that too. But I say that because this student, after his first year, became a shining star. He is a leader within our student community. He actually has taken up an ambassador role, where he now kind of helps mentor and guide other students as well too. And if you would have met him when he first came, he's like a completely different student. You would have not recognized him through that too. And that's a true testament for students. And he's one example. I could go on and on about many different student examples through that. And these are real life things that will benefit students. And that's why I always advocate about, if you can study abroad and get that experience, I highly recommend it.
Any famous person?
Yeah. We have several famous alumni. One of our most well-known for students, I always say, if you're a fan of Marvel movies, I'm a big fan of Marvel movies. Iron Man, Spider-Man, The Avengers. If any of you know Happy Hogan, his real name is John Favreau. He's an alumni of Queens College, so he's the director of Iron Man. He's in many movies. My generation growing up, Jerry Seinfeld, if you know Jerry Seinfeld, has his own TV show named Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So he's an alumni of Queens College, as well as Paul Simon, who's a Grammy Hall of Fame musician as well too. So we're really well known for performing arts. So those are some of our good alumni.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Let's go with the last round. Finish the sentence. Bueno, vamos con el último segmento y es completa las frases. Ok. Así fue lo mismo que yo dije, perdón.
Okay, I go first. New York, show me to
Be patient, be persistent, and always carry an umbrella, I would say.
Okay.
Queens College students are?
I would say diverse, determined, and global citizens overall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Okay, next one. Studying abroad is
The best investment in yourself.
Perfect. Love it.
okay. Let's move to the final block then.
Okay, let's with the final blog, random tips and reflections. And my random tip is like, if you're thinking to study in the US, why not study in New York, in the city that never sleeps, heart of the world, and when you like people from all around the world.
Okay, well, I go with my random tip. My random tip is you get stressed with the traffic or the subway, get something to eat. If you are bored with something to eat, just get into the traffic. I mean, go to the flow. Go with and enjoy a city that actually have a lot of special people. And if you're actually planning to be part of any series of Netflix, you probably choose Queens
Absolutely.
College.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say my random tip is to always believe in yourself. You know, when you think about studying abroad, it can seem like a nerve-wracking experience at times through that too. But I'll say that's normal for students. So always believe in yourself and just push forward. I tell students all the time, you're going to find success. You're going to have resources that will help out from that. So step out of your comfort zone sometimes. I know that can feel a little bit hard and challenging, but when you step out of that, the opportunities are endless. And you actually can learn a lot about yourself, but also a lot about the things that interest you by doing some of that. So I'd say, yeah, believe in yourself and never stop pushing forward.
Bueno, y este fue El Lado Blue de la Vida, el podcast que te dice la verdad con humor y un poquito de acento académico.
Nos vemos en el siguiente episodio. Y aunque suene muy loco estudiar en Nueva York, puede ser la mejor decisión que tomes en tu vida. Y bueno, muchas gracias a Blake por estar acá con nosotros el día de hoy y recordarnos que estudiar en el exterior no es solamente algo académico, sino una transformación de vida.
Bienvenidos